Welcome to today's Daily Science News Show. On June 7th, in the Nature Machine Intelligence Journal, researchers at the University of Bristol demonstrated how large language models could revolutionize the robotic design process. Traditionally, robotic design was a laborious, human-centric process, driven by complex mathematical models. But imagine a world where artificial intelligence helps conceptualize and design robots. Sounds futuristic, right? Well, the future is here. The researchers leveraged the power of ChatGPT-3, an AI model, to co-design a robot. This streamlined process brought together knowledge from multiple disciplines, transforming a once narrow and tedious task into a collaborative and enriching one. Of course, this exciting leap forward does come with its own challenges. Ethical issues like plagiarism and intellectual property are at the forefront. But if managed well, these AI tools could herald a new era of robot design, with humans and AI working together to bring ideas to life. Published on May 31, 2023 on Archive, researchers from the Chinese University of Hong Kong explored a fascinating aspect of artificial intelligence. Do language models have consistent personalities? They used a psychological framework known as the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator to evaluate this in popular AI, ChatGPT. Surprisingly, they discovered that ChatGPT, like a steadfast friend, consistently exhibits the ENFJ personality type: empathetic, charismatic, and idealistic. This doesn't change even if the language or context switches up. The research didn't stop there, investigating 6 other language models and their cross-lingual effects. Each AI was found to have distinct personalities, much like us humans. These exciting findings unlock potential for personalizing AI, but the researchers remind us there are limitations, including the scientific validity of the personality test itself. June 14, 2023. A groundbreaking study is published in the journal Nature. Picture this: the DNA inside us is like a fortress, guarded by the CRISPR-Cas system, nature's personal security system against genetic intruders, like viruses. In the world of bacteria, a genetic tool known as CRISPR-Cas has evolved, and it's making waves in gene editing, with great strides in everything from disease treatment to crop breeding. Today, we delve into the latest discovery made by the team of CRISPR pioneer and Nobel laureate, Doudna. They've discovered an exciting twist in how the CRISPR system works. In a subset of these systems, an enzyme called DNA-Q-like exonuclease is working hand in hand with the existing Cas1 Cas2 integrase. This remarkable team meticulously selects, trims, and integrates DNA, ensuring that the right genetic material is captured and correctly integrated into the genome. But here's the cool part. Just before this DNA is incorporated, a specific sequence known as PAM is clipped off. This trimming process serves as a mark, labeling the inserted DNA as self and preventing the CRISPR system from mistakenly targeting its own genetic material. So, in a nutshell, our gene editing hero CRISPR isn't a one-trick pony. It's even more sophisticated than we thought, using a variety of methods to protect organisms from genetic intruders, and meticulously avoiding self-harm. On June 12th, an eye-opening study was published in the journal Nature Metabolism. Imagine your brain having a conversation with the food you just ate, receiving signals about the nutrients that you've ingested. In a healthy body, these post-meal chats regulate our eating behavior. But what happens if the communication line gets cut off? This is what researchers found when they compared 30 healthy weight individuals with 30 individuals living with obesity. Using cutting-edge imaging technology, they found that in obese individuals, these brain nutrient chats are not just reduced, they are severely impaired. And guess what? Even after shedding 10% of their weight, the conversation still fails to resume. These broken nutrient brain chats could explain why overeating occurs and why it's so challenging for those who've lost weight to keep it off. Essentially, it's like the brain is no longer getting the memo about the nutrients it's receiving, contributing to a continuous cycle of overeating and obesity. On June 7th, in the scientific journal Nature, a study unveiled how our own sun, a beacon of life, could be a hidden villain in the transformation of certain blood cells into a rare type of leukemia. The research focused on a unique form of acute leukemia known as blastic plasmacytoid dendritic cell neoplasm or BPDCN, which rather unusually shows up as isolated skin tumors. Interestingly, these cancers often first appear in areas of the skin that have been exposed to the sun. Using advanced techniques, like tumor phylogenomics and single-cell transcriptomics, the team of researchers discovered that BPDCN stems from precursor cells in the bone marrow. But it's the sun's ultraviolet rays that shape their transformation into cancer. These UV rays lead to specific mutations in these cells that seem to accelerate their journey into malignancy. But it's not all doom and gloom. This research highlights that a particular gene, called TET2, could play a crucial protective role. When it's functioning properly, TET2 helps these cells resist the harmful effects of UV radiation. But when it mutates and loses its function, it leaves the door wide open for cancer transformation. So, while we relish the summer sun, remember it's also silently interacting with our cells, sometimes with dire consequences.